What's up guys, AIRSOFTEK here. So, last video was about upgrading the FAMAS and all that stuff, and I've seen that online, and the video that shows how to disassemble the gun are really bad, you know, like it's crazy how bad they are. So I decided to go ahead and do a video about it and to show how fucking easy it is, right? So, let's jump straight into it. First of all, you want to remove that Handguard, so you switch that up. Just remove that. So yeah, so inside your gun might not look that way, right? Because I put the inline gate inline MOSFET there, so it is what it is, right? So you want to remove that. Now you want to remove that guy right there. Just snap it up, and then yeah, let's go ahead and just remove that screw right there. Just a long screw that goes all the way. Super long screw, right? Put it back there. So now inside there, you have one screw right there. I remove it because I was not planning to do a video, but I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I should. So you have two screws to remove right there in the front, right? And you have two screws on the side of those guys. Those are Phillips heads, small one, another one. So just go ahead, remove those guys. Screw out. Another screw out. Remove that guy. And then just a clips that comes out, right? And then you can remove in front assembly. Yeah, a screw got out. Right, it's right there. So put your two screws inside there, right? So you know where they came from. So you put that back, put it on the side. You can put that screw back into there if you want to. Make sure you know where it comes from. And I'm gonna put that on the side. When we're gonna remove that guy, we're gonna put the screw back in. So two other screws right there on each side, not the big deal, right? Super simple. That thing should slide a little bit forward and up, and that's it. Yeah, he's out. So you have one screw here to remove to let your wire loose, right? So go ahead with that. Super easy. So you can keep the screw in there. Wait. You can put those two screws with that, and that long screw you can just put it in there so you know where it came from. So as you can see, we have dismantled a lot of things, right? And we are not too lost right there, so let's put those screws in it, right? So we are 5 minutes in, That's pretty good. So now you open that guy right there, and you have a long screw, so take a long Phillips head and unscrew that guy. So you can keep the screw in it, close that up so now you don't lose it, put it on the side. So now you have 2 screws right there to remove. Through that guy. Those are now unique screws on that end, so you know it's not really hard to remember which one it was, but I'm gonna put it there anyway. And you have another screw right there to remove, so that basically pinch those 2 parts together. That's a long screw that goes all the way. You can just remove that part and put the screw back in, like so. Don't you know, not too loud, and you know where it came from. So now on the back you have 1 screw to remove right there. This is your motor height adjustment right there. So I'm gonna remove it off cam because it's a little bit awkward otherwise. That one. And then you just remove the cover, put your screw back in there. Those 2 screws, okay, then on the side. So now you're left with that part. How many time I'm in? 7:22. So now you can try to remove that guy, but it's easier when you remove that bottom parts right there. So we have 2 screws. I'm gonna pause the video pretty soon because my phone is done and cannot film more than 10 minutes in 4K. So yeah, I have an old Samsung S8. I really need to just change my phone. But right now I'm not. I don't know why it doesn't come out right now, but yeah. Maybe push it a little bit the gearbox, but the guy is not out completely. Let's jump in there for some reason. So, move that. So the short screw on the front of the gun, like so, and the back longer screw on the back. So you put all that together and you throw it on the side so you don't lose where it goes, right? So I'm gonna pause the video, otherwise it's gonna be cutting it. So okay, so we are back. That's fucking stupid and I hate that, but you know, I have to deal with it. So you can just lift that up and squeeze it out. Careful to not damage your motor wires right there, so you can try to giggle it a little bit like that. I'm gonna do it off cam because I need to see what I'm doing. Because I have modified those guys and those wires are a little bit bigger than stack. So you know, that's my wire setup, right? I have that right there, and I have my MOSFET wire out there. I removed that part, not a big deal, right? Let's do that on the side like that. So now you have your two long screws, and put them in there. Right. So you know where they're from. Just to make sure when you assemble that thing that you know where things came from, and you want to do this. So now you have your rear parts and your front parts. So if you just want access to the gearbox, basically you remove those two screws and 2 or 3 on the other side. Sorry about that. And that's pretty much it. You can take the gearbox apart, and you don't need to remove all the front assembly of it, right? So I just want to make it clear right now. In there, that's what holds your barrel right there. This is what holds that part there. So and you have that part here to get that guy loose. But we're gonna pretty much remove everything, right? So, or almost, because I want to do a complete disassembly of it, right? So to remove that part, you have 2 screws to remove right there. So let's go ahead. So that's again a long screw that comes all the way through. Same thing there. Longer one goes in the back. And that should... Oh yeah, and that one. Anyway, yeah, that's one piece. You're gonna put those guys on the side, and you're gonna remove that guy. That guy basically, you have one each side. So if you want to remove the barrel, you need to remove those 2 guys. So let's do the other side first. So that screw, that goes in the back there, so put it somewhere in the side. Otherwise you might not know where it came from. So remove that screw from there. And then the first screw, remove the second screw right there, and the third screw right there. You can still see the third screw right there. And now the whole thing should just snap right off, right? Unless I forget something. Oh yeah, and the top one right there. So now you can slide it out of there. So that's your part. So now what you want to do is to put all your screws. So short one there, long one that goes all the way through there. This is your top one. And this is so that one, and you have 3 screws. So that's screws there. That's screws there. And the other one goes there. Right. Okay. So that's pretty much it. So you can put your screws in there, throw it on the side, like so. And now you have access to your old barrel, hop up, setup right there. So as you can see, the trigger mechanism is basically wired and come in there, right? So all you need to do is to snap those guys out. So you can take a pair of pliers or something like that. You just hold those 2 wires and you just lift it up. So that's it. So that just holds those two wires together, you know, so they connect basically, right? So that's pretty much it. That guy just came out, it's not a big deal, just replace it. So you have those little notch that can come out. You have one there, I think, yeah, and one other there if you remove that part of the. But you know, it's not. You just put them back together, right? So basically, your whole assembly right there is loose. So you know, you can slide that out if you want. You remove that screw. Oh yeah, that was it. So you know, if you want, you can just remove that whole assembly. That guy you can lift it up a little bit and put that guy in the front, and everything just comes out right. So you know, it's not a big deal. So your whole assembly, all the barrel assembly and all that stuff is there. This is the notch that goes in your hub up there, and you have two screws to remove right there, and you can remove your roll barrel assembly. So let's go ahead with that. That, and then it should come out. It's a little bit of jiggle, you know, because the gearbox is not loose from the other side, so it might be really hard to put that guy out. That's basically how you free that. Well, but yeah, I think you really need to to remove those screws on the other side, so that sucks. So yeah, you know, that's pretty much how it's done, right? So those guys start fucking around, right? Yeah. So if you want to remove the gearbox and the bucking, you know, you just need to, you know, like turn it around and remove those 2-3 screws you have in there, and that's gonna be loose, right? If you want to do so, what I like to do is to replace that just quick, right? You can just put it in and, you know, like tie to 1 or 2 screws, and then you can flip it, remove all the screws, you hold it, you flip it, and then you remove it. You know, you can just put that one and that one, you know, and that one if you want, and you know, all your setup is gonna be you know, like loose, and you can have access to your gearbox basically, and your hop up, your bucking and all that stuff. For the hop up, you have 2 screws that hold it in there. Basically, that's a C-clip that can clamp together, and your barrel and bucking can come out straight up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you know, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope that helps someone. I'm not gonna go too far, because otherwise I'm gonna have to pause the video again, because you know, again, my phone cannot film more than 10 minutes. But that's just a quick, you know, like how it looks. There's different model of FAMAS, so this is the one I have, but some other should have, you know, like 2 or 3 little things, but it's really simple, you know, when you use the correct way of doing it.